Hey guys, I'm gonna polish a little silver pot that I've had for a long time. It's pretty tarnished, as you can see. I did try cleaning it just a little bit to see how bad the tarnish is, but as you can see, it's very, very tarnished. I took the sticker off. I still have it, but you can see that really clean spot. This is a International Silver Company, and it has a lot of small, fine, intricate details that are hard to get clean. So I learned some new techniques. One that is with you just line a pan with aluminum foil, and I also was told that the shiny side works best. And then I'm going to fill up the pan with some hot water. I heated it on the stove and it's just about to boil. I didn't want it to be too hot for my hands to handle. I could use tongs, but what I found with some other pieces that I polished is that it works a lot better if you're able to just rub the piece gently with your fingers and you don't have to really get in there and work it with a cloth. So we have our hot water and we've got our pan lined. I'm just gonna push this down so our ingredients don't get caught under this second layer of aluminum foil. I could probably just do one layer on the bottom, but this is the way they did it. And then I'm just gonna add in about a cup of baking soda. And then the other thing that they added was salt. They said equal parts, but I'm just gonna do about a half a cup of salt. And with the other pieces that I polished, it seemed to be fine. And this is iodized salt. And I use just plain old baking soda. So I'm gonna let that dissolve, and I'm just gonna gently stir it around. I don't want it to get caught in between the layers of aluminum foil, because this is what is going to remove the tarnish. So I'm going to get this dissolved a little bit and stir it around. And then I'm going to take our little silver teapot and I'm going to place it right in the water. I'll work on that bottom section first. I could fill up the pan deeper, and I know some people do it to the point where the object is fully immersed in the water, which is fine, but it's not that necessary. You just kind of stir it around. There's little bubbles forming along the bottom edge. I don't know if you can see that. Let me see if I can zoom in on it. If you can see any bubbles. But just a few seconds is really all it takes. Let me see if it... Oh, okay, it's fine. It's not too hot. It's hot, but it's not too hot for my hands. And so what I've been able to do is just gently rub it with that water. And sometimes it just takes a little bit. But you can actually start to smell the tarnish coming off. It kind of has a sulfury fragrance to it. Definitely smells like metal. So that's the chemical reaction with the aluminum foil, and the object has to be touching the aluminum foil. And on some of the videos that I watched, it seems like it works better when the object's touching the aluminum foil and you're touching the object at the same time. Some reason. Once it gets a little saturated and the solution actually penetrates into the tarnish, you can actually just pull it up and just kind of, it'll just rub off like really easy, and I don't have to apply a lot of pressure. See, you can see right there. Let me find another foot. That's pretty messed up. Okay, so see this foot right here, that's pretty black right there, and then I can just take a little and I can see on this side and this little decorative piece on the top. It's actually starting to shine up pretty nicely. And it's going down into those little grooves. Pretty nice. I don't know if you could see that. Whoops. But yeah, I was going backwards, I'm sorry. But yeah, right in here, getting pretty shiny. I'll work on the handle, because that's what I was showing you, and I thought I was showing you the spout. So I can just work in there with our fingertips, nice and gentle. Because of course it's only plated. Oh, look right here along this rim. This is a really good, this is a good area to show you. Right along this rim. Can you see how it's just coming right off? And then right there at the back behind the handle where you grab and a lot of oils get from your skin. Get that clean. Put back in there. This is so much easier than using stinky, what's it called again? Yeah, tarnish remover. It's disappearing. I forgot what it was even called, because it's disappearing so quickly. And with tarnish remover, I'm not really able to get in those cracks. And then I don't want to do anything abrasive, so I'm just taking a very soft toothbrush, and I'm not pressing down at all. I'm just letting the very, very, very tips of the bristles kind of glide in those grooves without any pressure at all, because it is taking it off. It's taking it off quite nicely. I'm really pleased. So sometimes under the feet and behind the feet gathers a lot of grime and tarnish. And that's coming off pretty nice. This foot right here, I know it doesn't look right. It broke, and so we had to put it back together, but it's okay. We'll just display it from this side rather than the other side. And this foot almost looks like it has a hairline fracture in it. We'll see. Hopefully it won't get any worse. I'm just barely going across the surface. Just very gently. Because you want the tips of the bristles to do the work anyway. Pressing down really hard doesn't really do anything. That's why I never understood why people would brush their teeth so hard. You don't have to brush them hard. You just brush them thoroughly and let the bristles do the work. Yeah, just a little more time in the water and this thing is gonna be sparkly clean. Just light, very light. Around that rim. See if I can look at all that tarnish all over my hands. You know it's working. It is working. I really want the bottom of this to get as clean as the other two pieces. Well, I guess it's never gonna get as clean as where the sticker was because it's been polished so many times and it's, you know, it's just plated. It's not solid silver, of course. So I suppose that will always be the shiniest part of the piece. And one lady that I watched on YouTube, she said, you know, the more you polish, the more you wear away at the plating. And I guess most of these pieces are made out of pot metal or pewter. So that's what can show through underneath sometimes when you've worn away all the polish. I mean, when you've worn away all the silver. Now this part of the spout is really pretty, I think. But there's a lot of tarnish in those grooves, so I'll see if I can gently coax it out of there. One thing though about the grooves, I actually don't mind a little bit of tarnish in the grooves because it gives it definition. And there's some contrast there. There, that's looking better already. Let me give it a rub. And you can see that, right? Oops. That's really pretty. And then I'm gonna do the other side. I'll just give it a little rub and then give it just a light brushing. And I really don't know anything about polishing silver, but from what I've learned on YouTube is you probably should be pretty gentle with it So I don't want to use anything abrasive. I don't even know if it's okay for me to be using this soft toothbrush. I'm sure maybe some people might be really upset about that, but I don't, again, I don't know. If you have any help or advice to offer, please let me know in the comments. I would really appreciate it, because I want to take the best possible care of these that I can. They've been neglected. They came from thrift stores. Looks like, uh-oh, my bristles tried to get stuck in there between the solder, between the pieces that were soldered there, but I was gentle and didn't panic. Sometimes these grooves, you just get like 2 or 3 bristles in there, and you can just gently coax the tarnish out. You can just kind of see it like vanishing, like invisible ink. That tarnish is just vanishing before my very eyes. Lovely. Lovely, lovely. Let me see if I can clean up the stem of this little finial on top. This little finial is so pretty. Alright, here we go. Just gentle, gentle. I'm just gonna put it in the water, immerse that little finial, and gently rub it with my fingers, and then I'll just gently brush at it. I had 2 larger pieces that I got before, and there was some silver polish I had in the kitchen. Don't know what it was, how long it's been there or whatever, but that stuff stinks like sulfur really bad, and I should have worn gloves and I didn't, and it made my fingertips a little raw. Not sore, but they just felt really rough and dried out. And oh, that's looking really pretty. That little finial is looking so pretty. Oh, now I'm gonna do this side. I'm gonna immerse it in the water and just give it a light brush. All the little grooves go every which way, so you just kind of have to up and down, side to side on this thing. Yep. Yeah, there's some, look, there's some that's collected down here by the handle. There's some more in the grooves of the handle. I love the fact that these little pieces have so much detail. They're so intricate, but at the same time, every time you turn it around, you find a spot that you missed. But I think I've got it inside of the lid. I don't know if those spots will come off or not. I don't know. I think it's just, I don't think it's tarnish. I think it's just like a discoloration of the silver. But I don't think it's actual tarnish. Because the inside of the pot's pretty shiny. And this, whatever this is not rubbing off the way the other parts were. You can see the bottom, the difference, how it looked when I first started and how it looks now. I don't think I took a picture. I think I just started the video, so I don't have a before and after to show you. But I could go back to the beginning and take a picture of the video. It's a weird seam, but I think it's okay. It kind of looks like some of the pot metal is showing through, but it's hard to tell. But that looks pretty good. I think it looks at least 95% better than it did. Really pretty. So yeah, aluminum foil, pot of hot water, about a cup of baking soda and a half a cup of salt. Let it dissolve. Stir it around, put your piece in, let it sit for a minute, and let the solution start to just kind of bubble up around that tarnish. And then there you go. Beautiful little teapot. Short and stout like me. Have a good day.